Welcome to Game of Roses. This is Pace.
This is Bachelor Clues, and this is This Week in Bachelor Nation. As everybody knows, there are insane wildfires burning down Los Angeles. Lizzie and I live in LA, for those of you who may not know, and we know this time is very difficult for everybody. Our hearts are going out to everybody who's affected by this. We have friends who are affected. Lizzie, you've had to evacuate.
Yeah, I'm sorry about my audio on this one. I did not take all of my equipment. But Clues and I are totally fine. All of our loved ones are totally fine physically.
Yeah, and so this is a little bit of a tough episode to do, but we still wanted to do it because for us, the pit and doing this show is kind of like an hour reprieve from whatever may be going on in our lives, where we can just indulge in our fandom of this and indulge in the community of the pit. So we're going to do a show today, This Week in Bachelor Nation. Hopefully we can make you laugh a little bit. Hopefully we can make ourselves laugh a little bit, and try to get through this as best we can as we're getting through all of the things that are happening in LA and still trying to prepare for Grant's upcoming season.
Please reach out to all of your LA Icon people and support where you can in whatever ways you can. At CA Firefound, you can help with firefighter relief. At Red Cross LA, Shelters and Aid. At ASPCA for animal rescue efforts. At Cal Fund for recovery funds. At 211 LA for local resources. I have also been using the app Watch Duty to track the fires. We're, by the way, recording this Thursday afternoon. Palisades Fire is currently at 17.2K acres, and the Eaton Fire is currently at 10.6K acres. That is in both West LA and East LA, and there are a bunch of other fires, but those are the two biggest ones going on in the area right now. And we are going to do this as our state of the game, as just kind of talking about our history with LA, and just like, we love Los Angeles. It is like, I mean, once I moved here, I never wanted to leave ever in my life. Yeah. And like, this has been the most devastating week. One of the most devastating weeks living here, for sure.
It's definitely the worst disaster that I've been involved with in LA. And there have been a few at my time here. We'll talk about that in State of the Game.
The George Floyd week was pretty intense as well.
Indeed.
But yeah, just the level of devastation and that is going on is like actually insane. Both of those fires, those acres, by the way, to put it in perspective, I've just been told that they are each one individually the size or larger than Manhattan.
God.
So, and these are still active fires. Yeah, it's been very intense, and we hope everybody in the area, make sure you have your go bag ready.
Yeah.
I've had literally make an earthquake kit on my to-do list for 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
Priority number 4. It's always been the lowest priority in my app.
Well, we hope everybody out there is staying safe and getting through this. If you are in Los Angeles, or anybody in Los Angeles, we hope that they're safe and getting through this as well. Before we get into State of the Game,
my friends have lost their homes. And this isn't just, by the way, billionaires in Malibu or whatever. I'm just seeing some really intense, horrific responses.
Yeah, the online response to this has been surprising to say the least in some ways. We're going to get into our relationship with Los Angeles and state of the game. Before we do want to mention there is one piece of good news coming through right now. We at Game of Roses have wanted to make a wine for a very long time. That now is happening. It's going to be called Game of Rosé. It is going to go on pre-order sale on February 4th for anybody who's on our Patreon. So for 1 week from February 4th to 11th, anyone on our Patreon will be able to pre-order that wine. There are some shipping restrictions. It only goes to certain states and stuff. That's all listed on the website, which again, we're going to make available on February 4th to start pre-orders if you're on our Patreon. But we're very excited about this. We partnered with Styring Vineyards, which is Colin Styring and his dad. They run this vineyard out of Oregon, and they are both in the pit.
Package deal, a Mesnian type vineyard organization.
Exactly.
We've been working on this project for quite some time, so we're really excited for everyone to finally try Game of Rosé.
Yeah. And again, we're going to put that out on our Patreon exclusively February 4th to February 11th. Then if there's any left, it was made in a limited quantity. We will open that up to everybody else. And it ships in March. You should have it just in time for whoever the next Bachelorette's night one is going to be. Pretty exciting,
Which is sooner than you think.
Yeah. We should also mention
the Ides of March, perhaps.
What's that?
The Ides of March around then, perhaps. Or perhaps the end of March.
That's roughly when you should be receiving your shipment. We should also announce that we're going to be doing YouTube memberships. So in addition to Patreon, we're also going to have it so that you can sign up for a YouTube membership starting January 27th. That is different than the Patreon, in that it will get you the live show, which you get on Patreon, and it will get you all of the episodes commercial free, which you also get on Patreon. The only thing you're not getting with the YouTube is the Clues Corners, the Pace Case Palapas, and kind of the extra content that we do. So the Patreon is still, you're getting everything, and YouTube is getting ad-free episodes and access to our live shows that we do on Monday at 4:30 p.m. PST. And speaking of...
You're more of a Patricia Patreon, or you're more of a Yasmin YouTube. Whichever one you are.
Yeah.
You may pick your two roads diverging.
Exactly.
Whichever platform is your favorite.
But you should check out the Patreon, because immediately after we record this episode today, I'm going to try to back 4 episodes in a row of Special Forces Toughest Test, episode 1, which I did not do last night because I was watching the news regarding fires in Los Angeles. Then I'm going to try to do the first 3 episodes of Traitors, which drop tonight also. And maybe if I got it in me, I'll also do the new Beast games that came out today. We'll see. But that's all of our business. Now let's get into this. If you would, Pace Case, this is
Game of Roses. State of the game.
So today we really just wanted to talk about LA, what this city means to us. I've lived here for, Jesus, is it 30 years now almost? I moved here to go to college from Dallas, Texas in the year 1995. And I have not lived in any other city since. I've been through a lot of kind of crazy moments. And what I really want to do is just kind of highlight the moments in LA that have been extremely good in my life, the kind of magical moments. Because I think if you live out here long enough, stuff like that happens. I remember the first time I saw a celebrity in LA, I was, I must have been 20, I think, 21. I was just out of college and parked at a red light, and I looked next to me, and in this convertible, this name may be meaningless to many of you because it is of a prior generation.
I'm going to guess yes for me.
In this convertible was an actress named Daryl Hannah. Do you know her?
I want to say blonde.
Correct. Did
Model?
You ever see Splash, the Tom Hanks movie? Highly recommend it. It's about Tom Hanks falling in love with a mermaid. She was the mermaid. She was in Blade Runner. She was in a million movies. Legal Eagles with Robert Redford. That I know no one will know that movie except me. At any rate,
I know who Robert Redford is.
Great.
Okay. She looks somewhat familiar.
Okay.
She's got a strong look, strong jaw.
Yeah. I just remember seeing her and being like, oh my God, celebrities live here. And that was kind of my first moment with that. And it was like, you know, everybody
never
comes
forget
out to,
your first.
No, you don't. You really don't. Because I think when people come to LA for vacation or otherwise, that's one of the things. You're just kind of, your head's on a swivel like, oh my God, am I going to see somebody famous? And I did. Just Daryl Hannah driving down the street one day, going to wherever she was going. And it kind of like breaks that, the illusion that celebrities are anything other than normal people. Because look, there is one in a car just driving to a gas station.
World.
Yeah. That was a great moment for me. And then you fast forward all the way to this was almost 10 years ago. Lizzie and I met on a TV show called Bad Judge that I created, and it was on NBC for one season. There was a moment where I remember getting the call that show got ordered to series. I was at what was then the
Olive
offices.
Garden.
What's that?
I was just going to guess where you were when you found out. I was going to guess Olive Garden.
No. I was in the offices of the production company that made the show.
Oh, that makes sense.
We were all on a conference call, me, the other executive producers, this actress who was a co-creator of it. We were on a call with the network. They said, we're ordering it to series. We all celebrated, had a little drink of champagne. And then I went out by myself back to my car, which was parked on the top of this parking structure next to the offices. And you can see the whole Hollywood Hills and the Hollywood sign.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's such an entourage moment.
Exactly. And I remember taking a picture on my phone of the Hollywood sign. And I think I might have even posted it and said, you know, sometimes in LA, you have great moments, something like that. This was a very LA moment. And I just remember that distinctly as being like, it felt very Los Angeles to me. And I just felt happy to be a Los Angelino and working in the entertainment industry and all that kind of stuff.
My first celebrity I saw. So I was born in San Francisco, lived in Oakland the first year, moved to Connecticut after that until 2001. So we came here when I was 11 or 12 for my 6th grade. And I was extremely upset when we moved because I was like, I can't leave my best friends.
Sure.
None of whom I speak to at this point. And I was like, I'll only move to LA if I have a palm tree in my house. So I was like, that was my like LA dream.
Yeah.
And I have literally loved it ever since. I've lived here ever since, except for college. I went to the Bay, and the first celebrity I saw, I was at California Pizza Kitchen in Brentwood, and I saw Han Solo.
Oh, wow.
Harrison Ford.
That's a great one.
I want to say he was at the bar at CPK, like, and I had only seen him in Star Wars, so I was like, Jesus Christ, he's so much older than I had thought.
Yeah,
and, I'm a little kid. Everyone is so old when you're whatever. Age.
No, I mean, it's wild. I remember there was a time in my younger days when a good friend of mine and I used to go out drinking every Sunday night until the wee hours of the morning. And there was a bar in Santa Monica called JP's that would stay open a little later than they probably should.
Oh, I've been there.
I think they might have moved at this point, but this was back when it was kind of a hole in the wall in this corner. And we'd always go in there, and there was a guy in there. I forget this actor's name. He played Buddy Revell in 3 O'Clock High, if you've ever seen that 80s movie. And he also was the main bad guy in Kindergarten Cop, that Schwarzenegger movie. And he would be in that bar, just blotto, telling crazy stories about his acting days. No, he would always have a buddy with him, but he was like super fun and like gregarious and would just tell you about like Hollywood in the 80s and what it was like to come up and all that. And it was just like, you can just walk into any bar in LA and maybe that's going to happen. It's just fascinating. I don't know. I just love this city so much, for what it has to offer. you can literally go do anything you want at any time.
Mm-hmm.
There's always
it's
some
literally whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
And there's a
it truly is.
neighborhood for any persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I love it. It is the most beautiful city to me. It is the most fun. Like, I love that the creative industry is such a big part of it. Like, people who like are pursuing creativity as a vocation. I do think it leads to some of the best parties. You know,
Yeah.
the costumery is incredible.
Listen, I'll never forget. This was probably the first time that I ever was like, oh, I live here now. God, I was so young. This is my first job out of college. I was an editorial assistant for this music magazine called Hits Magazine, which may still exist. I'm not sure. But it was kind of like a billboard, but with a little bit of a more irreverent kind of side to it or whatever. And they threw this huge Grammy party at the El Capitan downtown in downtown LA, which is now where Jimmy Kimmel shoots his show. They threw this party, and as an employee, you get to come to it. And I walked in, this was circa like 2000, 2001. There's Carson Daly, Howard Stern, Kid Rock, like every huge celebrity that was in LA for the Grammys was at this party.
That's so cool.
I proceed to get absolutely hammered. Me and my friend Todd at the time. I mean, just stumbling around. We wander into this secret like downstairs bar and sitting there with two women who I don't know how he knew them, but draw your own conclusions. Oliver Stone is sitting there with two women who are way younger than him on either arm. All three of them
Challengers
look like they are not quite sober, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm drunk. So I just go up to him and I'm like, this is probably the only time I'm ever going to get to talk to Oliver Stone. Got to do it. And his movie, Any Given Sunday, had just come out. And I didn't like it that much, but I like a lot of his other stuff.
Oh, no.
So drunken, I go up to Oliver Stone and I'm just like, listen, man, I love most of your movies, but Any Given Sunday, I don't know about it. And he was like, well, thanks. Thanks for giving me your opinion. Then
that's actually such a nice response.
No, he was super nice about it. And then I stumbled out of the El Capitan later that night with my friend, vomited onto the Walk of Fame. And per my friend's recounting of this story, I then looked up at him and said, welcome to Hollywood. Yeah, just some good LA
Welcome
times.
to the OC.
Oh my God. Anyways.
The only celebrity I ever accosted really was Chris Rock. I was 15 and I interned at UPN.
Yeah.
Before it joined with the WB to become the CW, our favorite network.
Yeah.
I literally had braces. I literally couldn't even drive at the time. I'm not sure how internships were different back then, but because my dad was picking me up. But I was like, I loved him as a comic, and I was like, I gotta. And I literally had a digital camera, and I just went up to him and I go, hey, Chris, can I take a picture? And I just took it, and his face was like, as if I'm like doing something inappropriate.
Yeah.
But it's so funny, and I'm like, I'm glad I did it. And then one of the bosses in the department apologized, said, oh, sorry, that's our intern.
Yeah. It's so funny. I mean, the celebrity interactions that you see too in this town, there are two that stick out to me. I was standing at the lobby of this talent agency out here, CAA, which is where I'm represented for writing and whatever. And I was coming out to get my car. At the same time, Robert Redford emerges, not to bring up his name again.
Oh my God, you're such a redhead.
And then immediately behind him, 50 Cent walks out of the front door with his entourage. 50 Cent recognizes Robert Redford and
Money
goes
by
up.
Monday.
What's that?
Sorry. Money by Monday, Fofty.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
That's for the Vanderfront people.
Sure. 50 Cent goes up to Robert Redford and is like, hey, can I get a selfie with you? And watching Robert Redford's like, sure. He has no idea who 50 Cent is. 100% does not know this man. And he's just like, yeah, I guess. That was hilarious to me. Then I also saw one time, this was at Soho House. I saw Elton John cold open Nicole Kidman. They had never met.
Wait, what do you mean?
He just walked up to her and was
meeting
like,
her.
"Oh, hey, Nicole, I love everything you've done." No. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I like all your stuff too." That's my best Australian and English accent. Sorry. But to watch these two like mega celebrities.
They just already know each other.
Like we're beyond A-list. We're kind of legendary celebrities. We should, we'll talk. Yeah, let's talk. And they just do it. They just walk up and do it. All these things are just kind of part of the good memories that I've had in the city, why I will always call it home, and why I hope that all of these fires get handled as quickly as possible, and whatever the rebuilding process is going to be for everybody just goes smoothly, you know?
It's so effed up. It is like, it is hard. It is hard to stomach. And yeah, some of the conversations that I've been having are some of the most heartbreaking
Absolutely.
things in the world. And, clues. I remember where I was when I got a call, not that I was getting a show picked up, but that I was getting brought on by Liz Brixius, the showrunner of Bad Judge. She was going to bring me on as the writer's assistant on Bad Judge. And she was basically going to save me from my extremely stressful, toxic entertainment job. And yeah, that's where we met. We started watching The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And
if Liz Brixius hadn't done that, there would be no Game of Roses.
She went so out of her way. Like, she got it like written into the contract that I was being brought with her. I was like, this is so nice and crazy.
Yeah. Well,
like I had just
Liz
put it
Brixius
out there to like some of the clients that I wanted to be a writer. But yeah, to actually do that, it's
good on her.
And then I just, my whole life is here, like
Sure. Same.
I've lived at two different places in the Palisades that I believe have now burned down. Like it's just like my whole childhood and so many it feels like weird to even say shit like that because like my possessions are fine, but a lot of people are just like experiencing so much loss, and it's just it's hard to think about anything else. But we appreciate everyone listening to this podcast. Like for me, as soon as you said like our top highlights in LA, like and favorite spots, I immediately thought of our book publishing date when we went to the Grove. And I don't know why that's a highlight for me because we got
no, it is
forcibly removed from the Grove and banned for a year. But it was on the opening day of our book publishing, which is like, to me, like one of my most proud achievements is writing that book, How to Win a Bachelor. How to Win the Bachelor.
Yeah. No, me too. That memory for me is a very cherished one. Just because of how absurd it all was from top to bottom and how many people showed up. Sweet Nums, Jet and Jack came. Like, to anybody who was there on that day, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for making that day. Thank you,
and we're sorry again.
Completely memorable, yeah. And forever our apologies on how poorly we put it all together.
And a PSA that the Grove and the Americana are not public spaces. You are not allowed to gather.
Yeah.
And they're watching you at all times. Just keep that in mind.
Indeed. But that's it. That's kind of our state of the game. We're just trying to think back fondly about some good memories in LA. We know everything going on right now is terrible, but we're trying to focus on the good things and what we love about this city. And, hopefully we'll bounce back soon from all of this.
I mean, there's because it isn't really one central downtown, it is a bunch of different neighborhoods and communities, and there is a lot of community care here already. There are a lot of people who are unhoused in LA already, and the community does its best to help people, and I have no doubt that even with, some bad actors, as the second largest city in the country would, that people are going to come together, and I don't know. You're also hearing some really uplifting stories of people helping, and
for sure. Well, we thank you for indulging that. And again, we hope everybody out there who's in any way impacted by this is staying safe and getting through it the best that you can. And now we're going to try and do a kind of regular This Week in Bachelor Nation and go through gains and some Bachelor Nation news. And we hope that we can, again, bring a smile to somebody's face. Hopefully our own.
Yes. Hopefully this isn't too bleak.
Indeed. But, so let's move on. This is
This Week in
Gains. So we've got Grant Ellis's Bachelor Season 29 is coming up in just a few short weeks. We're going to be covering the rookie Instagram accounts and TikTok accounts over the next 2 Tuesdays. But right now we do have some Instagram numbers as we're gearing up for the season, just to kind of show you where we're starting off and what their gains have been in the first 24 hours since the rookies got announced. Again,
who's hot out the gate.
Exactly. Out the gate. We will be covering all these rookies again next Tuesday and the following Tuesday, going through all their social media, reading their ABC bios, the whole 9 yards. But right now, we're just going to talk about some of their Instagram and TikTok numbers.
First up, our lead, Grant Ellis. His starting Instagram number as of January 7th, 2025 was 84,030. His starting TikTok was 13.6K. 24 hours after the Instagram announcement, he is now at 85.1K. He has gained 1K on Instagram, and he has gained 13.6K on TikTok. I guess he didn't have a TikTok before.
I don't know. I don't know what his TikTok status is.
13.6K.
But I mean, 84 or 85.1K, not a bad starting place for a Bachelor. What are your predictions for him by the end of the season?
500K.
I think that's roughly accurate as well. That's where I was going to drop my
That's like around
prediction.
where Joey was at the end of his season, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What is he
and
at
I mean,
now?
You've got some interesting elements going into, the choice of Grant. We know that Jen Trent's season ended kind of disastrously with both of her 2 finalists having pretty significant allegations against them. Grant seemed like at least a clean choice.
We'll get to a quote she has about the people on her season later.
I can't wait.
In
I saw that.
Parasocial Plays.
Damn. She ain't slowing down. She's coming for them. But
don't stop, Jen Tran. Do not stop. Joey Graziadei, by the way, is now at 982K Instagram followers, knocking on the 1 million club.
Wow. A Bachelor hitting 1 million in modern era. That is definitely newsworthy. But I do think Grant, he's got I think a good season coming up. And with a good season, that can get you huge gains. Look at Joey. When they picked Joey to be the Bachelor, it was kind of like, wait, what? Huh? That season was a little lackluster, and then he's almost at 1 million now. So
he had that one strong gaze play, but that was about it.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens with Grant. I'm enthusiastic about it. I think he is going to do well. I think this season is going to help get the franchise back on track. Time will tell. I
agree. I think our little sample size of Clues' little birdies says that it's going to be a competitive season. Now let's go to the top TikTok chart for the players. Well,
in 5th place, we have Rose Somke. I think I'm pronouncing this right. Now, we don't know anything about any of these players, by the way, we should say. We're not going to look at any of their stuff until Tuesday. And then we're going to look at all their stuff. We're going to dig deep through everything they got. But right now, we just know their numbers. So in 5th place on TikTok, Rose Somke, 3,544. Not great.
All right. 4th place, we got Carolina Quijano, I believe, is in 4th with 11.6K on TikTok.
So already in 4th place, you got at least over 10K. I do like to see that.
I like to see that too.
Third place is Christina Smith at 12.2K.
That's a healthy top 4. Bailey Brown's in a second with 17.7K.
And Alicia Gupta is in first place with 24.1K. Those are respectable numbers.
I like it. I like
too.
it. I feel like usually there's only 1 or 2 recently.
Yeah.
So we're getting more into TikTok. I mean, I think we'll still have TikTok.
Yeah, I hope. We'll see.
Not a lot of huge gains from the announcement for their names. These are surely to tick up. What do we got on Instagram?
Instagram, our 5th place player is coming in over 10K at 11.7K. This is Parisa Shifta, 11.7K. I like seeing that.
Bailey Brown in 4th place on both lists, 12.2K.
And we have Alicia Gupta, who was also at the top of our TikTok chart. She is number 3 on Instagram with 14.1K.
Carolina Quizano. Sorry about this. Carolina Quizano is in 2nd place with 16.6K on Instagram.
And Rebecca Gupta is at 31.5K.
I mean,
Top
a
of the
bunch
list.
of these names sounding similar, but I love to see the top 5 already above 10K.
I do too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all above 10K. And then if we look at the gains that they
That's a healthy
experienced,
rookie class.
the gains that they experienced over just that 24-hour period are interesting. You've got in 5th place Natalie Phillips gaining 949K in the 24 hours post-announcement.
Lydia Gar gained 1K.
Juliana Pascarosa gained 1,212 followers.
In 2nd, Alexa Godin gained 1,394 on Instagram.
And for a single day gain of 1,602 followers, at the top of the list is Carolina Quijano. These are decent. I mean, for a day, 1,600, that ain't bad. And the show's not even on.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of interest. That's a lot of interest. And I really love to see these TikTok numbers getting up there. That makes me think there's staying power. They're connecting with the younger generations more in this, perhaps.
Quite possibly.
I can't wait for this season.
I can't either. It's right around the corner.
2 weeks.
Now, that wraps up the gains. We'll be covering gains all this season long. It will include, obviously, all their TikTok and Instagram numbers. It's also going to include the ratings for the show, which we are going to do comparative analysis to see how it's stacking up against Joey, how it's stacking up against Jen Tran's season, et cetera, to kind of see where Grant's season is landing for ABC. Now, let's move on to all the TIDs from around the nation. This is
Bachelor Nation News.
First up in Bachelor Nation news, the Rachel Lindsay Brian DeBasilo divorce proceedings have finally come to a conclusion. After months of legal back and forth, Rachel Lindsay and Brian DeBasilo's divorce has been settled, with Lindsay ordered to pay DeBasilo $500,000.
On Tuesday, January 7th, the Abasolo-Lindsay divorce was finalized. The settlement included an agreement on how they will split their shared property, cars, and other personal belongings following the end of their 4-year marriage.
Per the settlement, Abasolo will retain the couple's Miami condo, while Lindsay will keep their LA home in North Hollywood. Both of them will also keep their wedding bands and Breitling watches from the Pretty Woman date on Lindsay's season, and Lindsay will also keep her engagement ring from season 13 of The Bachelorette.
The couple's vehicles will also be split between them, with Abasolo taking the 2021 Honda Accord, while Lindsay takes the 2023 Porsche Macan.
Looks like she got the better end of the deal there, I think.
I think with all of the things.
Along with not with this thing, along with the division of their property, Lindsay was also ordered to pay him $500,000 an equalization payment with the $39,771 she's already paid in spousal support to be deducted, leaving Lindsay with a total of $460,229 still owed to Brian and Bachelor.
The first half of the payment, $230K, must be paid to him by January 17th, while the remaining half must be paid by January 7th, 2026, subject to a 3% interest rate annually. Absol waived his right to any further spousal support, as did Lindsay. We wish them both the best and hope Rachel Lindsay gets some peace of mind that this chapter is finally closed.
Unreal. Do you remember when he was saying he had like a $4,000 toaster or something? What was it? It was an air fryer.
All I remember is the subject line of the Venmo, leech money. One of my favorite things I've ever read in my life.
God, I know. And now he got $500,000 of leech money. Unreal.
That's a strong...
Unreal. Up next.
I mean, yeah, I hope everything works
It must
out.
feel good. I know that it's going to be a sting to have to make those payments, but it must feel good to finally be like done with it, I would imagine. I don't know. Up next in Bachelor Nation news, we have a new A-list member of the nation in tennis superstar Coco Gauff. She took to her Instagram stories this week after the announcement of Grant Ellis's cast to reveal that she knows one of the ladies vying for his heart. Alongside a photo of Bailey from season 29, Coco wrote, "I'm sat. Never watched the show before, but will be."
This isn't the first time Coco has posted about Bailey on social media. Last year, she shared a video on TikTok. If you guys don't know who Bailey is, you should go follow her because she's literally my Alex Earl. I love her content. She's my friend's big sister, and I love her. Coco, we are very excited to have you in the nation, and hopefully we can get you in the pit as well.
What do you think? Do you think we can get Coco Gauff to come on Game of Roses and deliver a recap with us?
I gotta be honest, I do not know who this is.
Coco Gauff? Gigantic tennis player. If you don't follow tennis, maybe you wouldn't know who she is. But
I mean, I follow
she's incredible.
Challengers.
Yeah, you're a Challengers fan. You'd love her. Watch some of her matches.
Challengers is not about the competition or the score.
I thought that's what it was all about.
I did speak with one of my family members who's like, I couldn't handle the continuity errors in the scoreboard in Challengers. And I was like, there was a scoreboard?
Oh, God. I can never watch it. That stuff drives me insane.
I'm sorry, Coco, but I am so happy that you're in our thing. I'm curious. I was gonna.
What does she have?
Chad, who is your Alex Earl? Is it Madison Brewitt?
Probably. Let me look up. I'm gonna look up Coco Gauff's
We all know
Instagram
mine is
right now.
Lulu the Aussie Doodle. Is my Alex Earl.
Yeah.
Dark Lord Palmer's.
Coco Gauff has 1.8 million on Instagram.
Okay, Coco.
See?
You go, Coco.
Up next in Bachelor Nation news, happy 1-year engagement versary to Nashville Slider superstars Christina Mandrell and Braden Bowers. They got engaged last year during the Golden Wedding on January 3rd as the king of Dangle Nation got on bended knee and popped the question on live TV.
One marriage from that event might not be a stain on love.
That's true.
The two have been living together with Christina's daughter in Nashville and planning their wedding day. This week, they looked back and celebrated the 1-year anniversary of their engagement, with Mandrell taking a trip down memory lane on Instagram to share some photos and videos from the proposal. She captioned the post, "A year has flown by. Sparkler emoji. Happy engagement versary at Braden Bowers official. Kissed lips emoji."
Fellow Bachelor Nation luminaries didn't miss the opportunity to comment with the season 20 Bachelorette Charity Lawson writing, "My okay period heard round the world, crying laughing emoji, happy anniversary, red heart emoji." Golden Villain turned official Golden Bachelor Nation podcast host Kathy Swartz said, "Happy engagement anniversary to two lovely people," triple black heart emoji, and Gore Girl Susie Evans chimed in with heart eye emojis in triplicate. Happy engagement anniversary to Bowers and Mandrell. We can't wait for this wedding, which I'm sure will be star-studded.
I'm so excited.
God, me too.
What kind of danglers are we going to see for the bridal look?
What kind of danglers? I bet too, like, Mandrell is country music royalty.
Yeah.
We might get some big heavy hitters in the country music scene there.
the wedding band, or as guests?
As guests, I think.
Yeah. Gotcha. And finally, in Bachelor Nation news, congrats to Bachelor Clues' Alex Earl, billionaire Madison Pruitt on her baby shower. The Bachelor season 24 runner-up married billionaire Nepo baby Grant Trout in November 2022. Nepo baby. They announced that their union had produced an incoming baby girl earlier this year. And this weekend, Madison hosted 25 of her closest friends at what looks to have been a tea party-themed baby shower, complete with finger sandwiches, desserts, multiple large flower arrangements, and a beautiful pink ruffled cake, and a giant satin pink bow above a doorway.
Alongside.
Love all the detail here.
I'm just painting a picture. And if you haven't seen this, I believe if you're watching this on YouTube, I believe we will have the actual picture of this that she posted on Instagram. You're probably looking at it now.
I recommend checking out the actual imagery. You
simply must see it. There is no other way to describe it. Alongside photos from the event, Pruitt wrote, quote, "Last shower and celebration until baby girl is here. We felt so loved and have been thanking God for amazing friends who love Jesus and love people so well." Crying emoji, pink heart emoji.
Fellow Bachelor Nation star and suitcase dweller Kiara Norman answered the call to attend and commented on the post. "What a beautiful day. I love you so much." Sad eyes, smiling emoji. "Miss you and baby girl already. Can't wait to snuggle her so soon." Pink heart emoji with stars. This was Pruitt's second baby shower after the first was held at the end of November with close friends and family members.
Now let's move on to the top 5.
It feels good to laugh, Clues, I gotta say.
I know, it does. It does. Even though the Madison Pruitt stuff to me, I find it funny. It's also terrifying, I have to say. It's just terrifying. Go look at the picture on Instagram.
I mean, that is how you are supposed to feel about your Alex Earl.
Okay.
You're supposed to feel terrified at how strong the parasocial relationship is. Or
yeah.
I think so. Speaking of parasocial relationships, our next category is... Okay. We had so many plays because I don't even know why. We did a show last week. It was a great week, though, for parasocial plays. Our number 5 goes to a play that was sent to me many times. Wholesome, empathetic king, Dark Lord Jesse Palmer. His wife posted an Instagram story image of him, which he reposted with commentary. Emily posted this image that is DLP. He's got sunglass tot. He is sitting in this beige car, looking very intensely forward. And his wife, Emily, wrote, "Jesse's first love is this car from 2002. DLP then reposted it to his Instagram story in Comic Sans. Wrote, "She's a 2002 GMC Yukon Denali from my rookie year on the New York Giants. She's the first, parens, and only car I've ever bought." 2 eye heart emojis.
He was balling out. 2002, brand new Yukon Denali.
So wholesome.
Yeah.
This play.
Congrats to him. Our
Congrats
fourth place.
to them and Lulu.
Our fourth place parasocial play of the week goes to Sydney Warner, a.k.a. Hightower, Bachelor player from Popeye's season, married San Francisco 49ers.
FKA.
FKA. Hightower.
Formerly known as.
My apologies. Bachelor player. She was a Bachelor player from Popeye's season 24 who married San Francisco 49ers Fred Warner and has gained a new group of parasocial power. She shared a reel expressing love for her fellow WAGs, aka wives and girlfriends. A group of her friends surprise one of the WAGs in the video. The caption reads, "What they don't prepare you for is an NFL wife. The bonds you create with your girls." Heart hands emoji. "Football is family. To my sister from literally year 1, we came in this crazy football world together, and here we are in year 7. To know you is to love you. Praying to the football gods that they keep us together. We love you." At Michaela Gallagher, red heart emoji, sparkle emoji, football emoji.
This reel brought in 168,000 views. Congrats.
Damn.
To all wags involved.
I love too that there's this idea that her and Michaela Gallagher, like, we came into this together. It's almost like The Bachelor.
Your class, your pledge class.
Or like a pageant or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they came up and we got the rings. We're now married in the NFL. We hope these guys stay together on the same team. Like all that. It's fascinating. I love it.
Our number 3 top parasocial play of the week goes to Happy New Year. Is this the season 1 mid-season finale, episode 14 of the OC, where Ryan tries to make it in time for a party to kiss Marissa? Or is this a Bachelor couple joint Instagram reel? Our number 3 play goes to Joey Graziode's ring winner, Kelsey Anderson. She made an incredible New Year's Eve Instagram reel. I don't even understand how they could have gotten this in one take, in which she appears to be rushing to change from a party dress into pajamas just off camera of Joey, only to finish changing right as the ball drops on the TV in the countdown to kiss Grazize just in time, just like Ryan and Marissa. The caption reads, "I swore I had more time." Sweating, smiling emoji, 70.1K likes, 1.6 million views.
God, their wedding is going to be gigantic. Our second place parasocial play of the week goes to one Jennifer Tran. Were the men on Jen Tran's Bachelorette season husband or even boyfriend material? Our number 2 play of the week goes to Jen Tran and Harry Jowsey. Maybe you've heard of him. On Jowsey's TikTok, he posted a clip of the pair on his podcast Boyfriend Material discussing when Jen was able to look up her players on social media. She says she couldn't look at any of the guys before the show, and he asks if then looking them up immediately changed her perceptions of who all the guys really were, regarding which ones presented differently online. She says, all of them. If I did, I wouldn't have dated a single one of them. 928.7K views, 55.5K likes, just demolishing every guy on her season.
Like including Grant?
Including Grant, including Jonathan, who was nothing but nice to her and complimenting all of her outfits and stuff. Just doesn't care. Just demolished.
Had the whole dress list.
Yeah. What bridge? It's done. She's like,
it's a hot clip.
Yeah. I went on Dancing with the Stars. That's all I'm getting out of this franchise. I'm done with all of it now. God, I loved it. I loved this play.
It's really strong. This week was really strong.
Yeah.
All of these were strong plays. However, there can mostly only be one winner. Our parasocial play of the week, number 1, goes to former Crown Allie Mano, formerly known as Allie Fedotowsky. This former Bachelorette posted a 15-slide Instagram post this week promoting her play on the world's toughest test. In this first image, my mouth was agape. She is basically hanging from this helicopter over the ocean. And all of the photos are of her in these really intense scenes. The caption reads, "Who is this girl? I didn't know her before, but I'm glad to know her now. Strong arm emoji. Special Forces airs tonight at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central at Fox TV, at Reality Club Fox, hashtag Special Forces Fox, 21.1K likes."
Damn. Yeah, I have not yet watched this, but if you're listening to this, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will have watched this and it will be on our Patreon. So please join me for that.
You're telling me time exists after that?
I'm telling you, we are, as we experience reality, hampered by the construct of time. But I don't think it's actually real. I don't think anything that we're experiencing is actually real, to be honest. Let's move on. There were a lot of creatures making good plays this week, including the Oregon Duck mascot who hung out with Joey Graziosi.
Quack, quack.
I don't know if you saw that, but they didn't win. Well, the winners of the Parasocial Creature of the Week are Sasha and Jen Tran's pups, who were featured in a 13-slide main grid post on Jen Tran's Instagram this week as Jen and Sasha took them on a hike. It's overload. there's 13 pictures of these cute ass dogs walking around.
I call
with
that
them
underload.
Oh, my apologies. It was an underload, but still, it was Parasocial Creature of the Week. Congratulations to Jen Tran, Sasha, and their dogs. Now we move on to the final segment of our program where Pace Case and I delve deep into the bottom of the pit to issue forth our screams about how our fandom of the show has radically and irrevocably changed the course of our lives. This is
Screams from the pit.
all right, Pace Case.
I am so nervous for your scream this week.
Yes.
And you have previewed it. I mean, you haven't previewed anything to me. You've previewed the format.
Yes.
You said there's some sort of a video.
Yeah, I made
and
a
I've just
video.
been nervous for days.
I think I'm not even going to tell you what it is. We can do
I'm
your
so
screen.
scared.
Then I'm just going to
Yeah.
play my video. No, I have to tell you what it is. Then I'll play the video. Okay.
Okay. Well, both of my screams came to me before the events of the last couple of days. And honestly, I feel like there's some really dark screams that have come out of the last couple days, including like which items I brought with me.
Sure.
Escaping my house thinking it might be the last time I leave. That's a scream. But my other scream was I was in the presence of a football program being watched, the men's sport, you know it, of the WAGs, obviously.
Yeah, the NFL, I'm aware
Football,
of it.
NFL.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I actually wrote down what the game was. What a little journalist.
For context. All right.
Hang on. We need these facts. Vikings versus Lions.
Okay.
The Vikings, unfortunately, didn't do so well. But look, I have trouble engaging with pretty much all of the male sports, I would say. But I then, in the middle of it, I heard a little twinkle, a soft, sparkling voice, like whispers from an angel. And then suddenly I was hooked as I realized Dark Lord Palmer was narrating this football program.
Wait, he was doing NFL?
And I was hooked.
I didn't realize that. I
Yeah.
thought he only did college. Wow. He's moving up.
I don't know if it was a special
Yeah, maybe it was.
visit or whatever. I didn't watch that closely, to be honest. But I did pay attention for a little bit when this was happening. And I felt very strange because I felt so proud of him that he was in this NFL game. And I honestly thought maybe it was his full-time gig. So I didn't even realize that was a special appearance.
He does color commentary for college games for ESPN, I guess now for NFL too. And he also hosts some other reality shows like baking competitions and stuff. Yeah.
And he did that surfing one, right?
Oh my God, what was that called? Yes. It was World's Greatest Surfer or something.
Yeah.
Surf
Like
champion
that.
or something like that.
But yeah, I just felt so proud of him. And I was like, that's a scream. I don't know who this is. He and I have never spoken to each other outright.
He knows who you are.
Not through the document.
Yeah, exactly. We do speak to him in one way or another.
He speaks in, secret hand gestures.
We speak in back channel communications. That's a great scream. That
Eyebrow
you have
raises.
pride for Dark Lord Palmer.
Wait, and one other little mini scream.
Please.
I was supposed to go to a bowling alley for a friend of a friend's birthday party, and I was going to go, and then I lost the energy on Friday night, and I was then sent a photo from said party at the bowling alley, and guess which Golden Bachelorette player was at the bowling alley, and I could have seen
Charles L.
No. Keep guessing.
Chalk. Oh my God. Oh, you didn't miss Chalk? Mark Anderson?
Yes!
Oh my God.
Oh, I should have given you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
I just went down
please.
the list of the top players. Wow. I mean, that kind of sucks. You missed that.
I know.
Man, I'm sad now. Well,
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even told you.
yeah, that really is a scream. I'm screaming that one. No!
I was sad.
It's like
And
a
it was
Luke
like,
Skywalker scream.
You know, always choose the bigger life when you are making decisions. That's what
Yeah, you never
Gretchen
know.
Rubin taught me on her podcast.
Oh, nice. Well, those are lovely screams. Thank you for delivering them to me. My scream now has to do with one Nicholas Vial. You see, this week, someone
How did I not see this coming?
somebody DM'd me something. That was this charity was going on, and Nick Vial, as well as grocery store, had donated some of their clothing to be auctioned off or sold off in this charity event, this Fashion Foundation charity thing, right? And so I am scrolling through, and I found Nick Vial's item, and I bought it. The item is a pair of used basketball shorts.
Stop.
How much do you think I paid for them? How much do you think I paid? I'm very curious.
How much do you think I paid?
Yeah.
I'm scared. $200.
Try again.
In what direction?
Much lower. They were $5. So I bought a pair of Nick
I don't know.
Vial's.
I thought for charity, maybe it's like, I don't know.
I was willing to pay probably $100 for those. I bought them for $5. And that's not where the scream comes.
Are they shipped to you?
Well, that's where the scream comes.
Are you taking money from this charity?
That's where the scream comes. Well, no, it was $5 including shipping.
I didn't even.
Total was like $12 or something, right?
I'm so nervous.
So
what is the video then?
The video then is this. When I did my little checkout and everything, I clicked the cart, I clicked buy. What I didn't realize was, yes, I had accidentally shipped them to my parents' home in Oklahoma. Because I guess the last time I had gone through this online commerce portal or whatever, I had bought something for my dad for his birthday because it was his name and address that's going to.
Oh my God.
So in order for me to get...
I am going to piss my pants.
In order for me to get these shorts, I had to call my mom, and I recorded that on a video that I'm going to show you now. And I had to explain to her
Chad,
what
I'm
was
so
happening.
happy. This is the best thing that's happened to me in the last 48 hours.
Can you see this video in the shared window?
Yeah, wait, let me make it a little bigger.
Okay. Do what you got to do. Let me know when you want me to play it.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh my God, I'm ready.
Do you know the name Nick Vial?
I maybe why?
Who do you think it is?
Like this guy that sings songs?
Okay. Nick Vial is the greatest player in the history of Bachelor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He, along with some other Bachelor people, were selling some of their personal items for this charity auction. I bought a pair of Nick Vial's basketball shorts.
Okay.
Accidentally, they are being sent to you.
This is why we had a Zoom meeting.
Yes. So.
Okay. I thought you were getting married or something very important. I thought
It is very important.
I was going to get my wish that I could go to the grave with, that you were going to get married. No. I have the Bachelor man shorts coming to me.
Yes.
Okay.
So I need you to get
Dear
these shorts.
fucking God.
What did he say?
That's a walk-off. He just walked off. He was wishing you were getting married, too.
All right, well, I need you to collect these shorts when they come to you and send them to me.
Why do they have my address on them?
Because the website that it went through, I think the last thing I bought was something for Dad for his birthday or maybe for Christmas or something.
Oh my God.
And
I thought he was a singer.
No, he's a Bachelor player. That's all I got. I just needed to alert you to that. They should be showing up in the next week or so.
Why did you have to do it in a podcast thing, Zoom?
Because I'm going to put this in our podcast, in the Bachelor podcast.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, we're still
right.
sick. Dad's sick. I'm sick. Roman's sick. But now Roman's headed back to school. Thank God tonight, because tomorrow the biggest blizzard ever to hit Kansas. So he's going to make it before the snow hits.
All right. Well, good luck.
Okay.
Thanks.
You sure you're not getting married yet?
Yep.
Okay,
I just have Nick Vile's basketball
underwear.
shorts coming to your house.
Underwear shorts. Okay, that I thought was a singer. Okay.
All right. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Damn it.
So,
Oh my God. I literally am choking. I am choking.
there you have it. That was my
I can't
scream for the
breathe.
pit. Thank you for indulging. Now, as many of you know,
What?
sorry.
You
What do you
gonna just breeze past the discussion?
Sure, bring it. What do you got?
I mean, first of all, the dynamic, the chemistry between you and your mom,
Yeah.
razzle dazzle. So fun.
Thanks.
2, I had no idea her secret desire for you to get married. That is so wholesome.
Yeah, of
and
course.
so funny.
Yeah.
Against the shorts as the expectation to the reveal. I mean, I love that clip.
And then my
I
nephew
hope,
was there, which I didn't know, and just
I hope
silently
your
laughing in
nephew
the background.
to school.
Yeah. He's fine. He's fine. This happened last week, so he's all right.
Okay, is the storm okay?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting a lot of snow up there in that region, in Kansas through Oklahoma and all that stuff. But that was my scream. Now, as
Oh my
you
God.
may
That
know,
was so good.
if you watch this program from time to time, we're not the only ones screaming. If you want to submit a scream, all you do is get on our Patreon, patreon.com/gameroses, get on our Discord. In that Discord is a channel called Submit Your Scream. You upload a 1 minute or shorter audio or video format scream, and we play the best ones right here. Today, we have one from Christina X1233. It comes with a picture, which we will be showing in this very video, and it will be on our social media as well. Are you ready, Pace Case, for the scream?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Hello, Pit. Last night, I became no better than a rat. Like any other frugal millennial, I was patrolling my neighborhood's Buy Nothing group when I saw a familiar name, Charity Lawson. I clicked on the profile, and sure enough, it was her real account. Unbeknownst to me, she and Dotton had been living just a few blocks away. She posted that she'd be leaving bags of clothing outside of her building because they were moving and doing a purge. Heart racing, I put on my coat and scurried down Avenue, praying no one else had recognized her name. To my delight, every bag was still there, fully intact, except for one, which looked like a rat had already gotten to it. I dug through the bags, feeling weirdly territorial anytime anyone walked past. No one was taking my loot. I made off with a lot of unworn clothes, 2 purses, and 12 pairs of shoes.
Oh my God.
Including her engagement photo shoot shoes, her bridal collab, and several others that she can be seen wearing on her Instagram. We are both a size 6. Praise be, Dark Lord Palmer.
Oh my God. And there's a picture of all these shoes. Again, we'll have that picture on our Instagram, and it will be hopefully in this YouTube video as well. Wow.
I did not see this coming after yours. I'm
No,
like,
I know. It was kind
she
of a
got even
mirror
better
scream.
loot than you do.
Yeah, that's crazy. And she didn't even have to pay $5 for it. She just
But
had
also,
to
maybe
scurry like a rat. Now,
yours also means something personally to you. What are you going to do with the shorts?
I'll probably try to get them framed.
Okay. That makes sense.
Thank you for the scream, Christina. This is a high level scream. There are certain things that can happen as a fan of our beloved game where you are given some information about like, oh my God, this person's at this place, or this person's selling this thing, or you have to check this out, or whatever. It takes a certain kind of person, a certain level of depth in the pit to act on that information instantaneously and, in quotes, scurry like a rat down the street to get a bag of used shoes.
Imagery.
Yes. Congratulations on the haul. This is fantastic. And these pieces are historic. Charity Lawson is one of the greatest bachelorettes who ever lived. Her season will go down in history, I believe, as a turning point season for the franchise. So again, congratulations and thank you for sending in this scream. Absolutely love it.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. And I, it's in the beautiful community care that I think is very important right now and in general. It's just nice to see, the pit providing like that.
Indeed. Oh my God. By the way, in the pit providing, there is a character. I told my scream a couple of weeks ago was that I had named all my Path of Exile 2 characters after Bachelor players. The one named Nick Vial is a monk, an Ice Strike monk. He is now level 65, I believe. All of these little characters have certain phrases they say when certain things happen in the game. So when extremely rare currency drops, these things called exalted orbs, they're kind of like the main currency you use in the game for everything. When you find one and you pick it up, one of this character's voice lines is, "The dreamer provides." You tell me. Anywho, thank you everyone for joining us today.
The game wrote that, right?
Yeah, the game wrote it. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for joining us today on This Week in Bachelor Nation. We're going to be back next Tuesday with those first half of the incoming Bachelor Season 29 rookie Instagram and TikTok breakdowns, and also going through their ABC bios. We hope you join us for that.
One of them, friend of Coco.
Yeah, exactly. We got maybe Coco Goff will make some kind of appearance.
Huge if true.
Yes, I agree. I would love to see her as a coach on a tennis date. I mean, that would have been better suited in Joey's season, but you never know.
They should do a Challengers themed date.
What is that? You got to have threesomes.
I don't know.
With people?
They just should do it.
Okay.
Everyone dresses. No, they're in like maybe sexy tennis outfits.
Oh, I see. Sure. Well, again, thank you everybody for joining us. And also, once again, we hope everyone out there is staying safe and getting through everything that's going on in LA right now as best you can if you're affected by it in any way or you know anyone who is. And yeah, we'll be back very soon. I'll have all my Clues Corner Patreon stuff. I'm just going to be doing that for the rest of the day. So it should all be up by the time this episode is airing.
Yeah, our hearts are with LA today. And, a lot of LA Icon Nation people as well evacuating. But yeah, just make your plan and think about what to keep before you need to.
This is kind of a scream. You know what was one thing that I was like, I definitely got to
stop screaming.
Take this if we got to flee.
What? You don't understand. I only took like a couple outfits and they are our sponsors. Stop.
Yeah, the Blake Moyne Seaman painting.
Wait.
I have it ready to go. It's sitting right by the door. I have it ready to go.
Oh my God. You got like what? That's what you should take. Like that's one of the.
It's incredibly valuable.
That's
to
one
me.
of the things that you're supposed to take. Wait, I'll read it out loud.
Blake Moyne
I don't even know if this information will be
list.
useful at this point. 6 P's: people and pets, papers, phone numbers, and important documents, prescriptions, vitamins, and eyeglasses, pictures and irreplaceable memorabilia. That's what that is. Your whole museum. Personal computer, hard drive, disk, plastic, credit card, debit cards, and cash.
Yeah, I had all that stuff ready to go. I was good. I didn't even know about that list, and I had it all.
The baseball?
Yeah, it's right here too.
Your pit papers?
Pit papers are on the computer at this point. I only have a few hard papers laying around.
Your golden jacket?
Nope, that was going to go up in the fire.
Had
to leave it
basically behind. The 2 outfits that I brought with me are actually insane.
Yeah.
I am wearing, this is not my clothes. Yeah. Everyone, I love you. Please check out those resources if you can help. And praise be Dark Lord Palmer.
Please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast. Please get a friend to listen to us, and then please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast.